Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. Never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had... to be rushed to the emergency room, so Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagine the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming dead, Walter. Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And the irony was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet. The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending. I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. Whenever people ask me about my family, Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key. Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can. I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day. Even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault. Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery. I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant. I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are. Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dom. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Dawn! I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something. Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it. After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was he saw, it sure made him happy. I know how silly it sounds. I worried about a baby being too happy. I feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand about Gregory, about everything. I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, "We don't need a stepmom," were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. Rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. Thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power, but all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't, until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good, almost normal. But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush. I was 4 when Milton disappeared. Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out. Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room, until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on. Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats and toads. Things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. but his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor, and he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for radiant rainbows. He followed the sound of her electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. I began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, cannery worker.
Wesh.
Alors, il est comment le jeu?
Génial. Mais il est super stylé.
Il y a un petit coup de presse ou pas là? Pour l'instant rien de flippant.
Non, je suis à Lewis. Un mec qui travaille dans le poisson.
Ah oui, mais en fait je crois que tu vas contrôler chacun de sa famille. Enfin, chaque personne de sa famille.
J'en ai contrôlé quelques-uns, ouais.
En fait, tu vas tous les faire.
Hein?
Je crois que tu vas tous les faire. Oh, tu vas tous les faire dans le
jeu. What? Attends. C'est quoi comme jeu? Je sais plus quel genre de jeu c'est. C'est un jeu d'horreur, d'aventure. Pas vraiment d'horreur, ça pas vraiment de film. Je trouve pas que c'est d'horreur.
Le titre c'est...
Mais il est bien, c'est un jeu PlayStation Plus.
Ouais, moi j'ai déjà des trucs ça. En fait c'est un jeu où... C'est un narrateur en fait. C'est une histoire dans une histoire.
Ouais, grosso modo ouais. Si je me trompe pas. Attends. C'est chelou. Red Wolf, je crois, oui. Dans son imagination, il est mort. Il s'est fait couper la... Il vient de se faire couper la tête de Starfall là. Je suis à Lewis. Mon frère était vraiment cool, j'aurais aimé que tu le connaisses. Là de tous, il m'en reste 1, 2, 3. Enfin de ce que je vois. Ah, Ultra Pixel, mon ami. C'est un jeu que tu peux télécharger Pixel. Hein. Il est en PlayStation Plus. Il n'y a pas beaucoup de gigas à mettre.
Ah, c'est Pixel qui est sur toi.
Red Wolf, c'est Pixel. Je sais plus si c'est... mais pourquoi tu descends? Mais elle est conne ou quoi? Je vais remonter, elle descend. Tu remontes. Est-ce qu'on voit bien? Ah. Attends, 10. Ah, it's me. Pixel. Bon. On va continuer. Graphiquement, par contre, il est très classe. Pour un jeu 19 balles, je suis pas déçu.
Ouais, c'est... Ouais.
Bon, j'ai trouvé le truc avec la canne, hein, mais...
Tu t'es battu contre le gars, là?
Je l'ai assommé. C'est dans une bande dessinée.
Ouais, voilà.
Ah oui, c'est fait, ça.
Mais tu trouves pas ça stylé que tu contrôles un gars dans un livre?
Si, c'est trop... c'est bien pensé.
Alors que ton personnage principal... Ouais. C'est un délire, hein. T'as un personnage qui prend une BD et tu contrôles le gars qui est dans la BD.
Non, c'est vrai que c'est bien pensé quand même. Alors, je sais pas où j'ai... Si t'as une idée... Si t'as une idée, je suis prenante.
Ah, moi, je sais pas, hein, par contre. J'ai juste vu des vidéos, mais...
Bah, propose une idée, gros.
Ah merde, j'ai quitté le live, putain.
Il est con. Je lui demande de
Bah,
m'aider.
pour l'instant, je cherche, attends.
Ah tiens, Pixel, c'était toujours dessus, essaie de m'aider un peu pour me... Parce que... Ton aide me sera...
Je vais sur... Moi, je vais sur The Last of Us. Hein.
Bâtard, t'as dit que tu m'attendais. Enculé. Oh.
Ok, vas-y. Non, je voulais prendre Oh là là, cette fenêtre avec la plante qui traverse. Magnifique. Magnifique.
Arrête. T'es un enfoiré. Arrête, je te jure, je vais te taper si tu le fais.
Non, c'est bon. Plongé dans l'aventure principale de The Last of Us.
Oui, bah tu restes dans ton truc, hein. 11. Tu dois faire quoi? À quel endroit? Je sais pas, je sais qu'il faut que je suive un certain chemin. J'essaie de me fier à mon instinct, mais...
Je crois que t'as trouvé, c'est bon. Ouais, c'est ça, après la porte.
Est-ce que les
écritures, ça veut dire que tout le temps sur le
Je sais. Est-ce que les graphiques sont bien? Est-ce qu'on entend bien dans le live? Je veux toujours m'assurer que tout est bien.
Bah attends, je vais enlever mon écouteur et je vais écouter, attends.
Ah, la fille est partout, on laisse, sans déconner. Bah tu passes ou...
Ouais, ça passe. Mais moi je te donne un conseil. Tu vois les trucs qu'il y a écrit?
Eh bah oui.
Des fois, sur les trucs. Lis-les à voix haute. Comme ça, si les gens ils regardent la route.
Ouais, vas-y, pas de soucis.
Parce que t'as pas vu, des fois ça part vite.
Mais oui, des fois j'ai pas le temps de lire. Au départ, j'ai pas eu le temps de lire. Ça m'a gonflé. Je me suis dit, mais putain, mais les mecs, vous allez trop vite, j'ai pas le temps de lire, wesh. Et pendant toute la dernière journée, Eddie s'est contacté.
Je peux regarder la cinématique du début pour voir les graphiques.
Je vais t'enculer.
Oh, c'était vrai.
Mais non. À notre dernière soirée ensemble, on a tous... Ah putain, Robert, tu sais ce que... L'alcool avec ça. J'ai pas le temps. Je t'ai laissé un cadeau dans l'entrée, tu ne veux pas aller l'ouvrir. Les grandes personnes n'ont pas... On en parlait maintenant. Tu as raison. Alors profite. J'ai pas le temps, hein. J'ai pas le temps.
Au pire, tu es dans ta tête et après tu dis.
Mais non, je sais pas faire ça. Oh non. Oh non. Je déteste quand ça fait un truc pareil. T'as juste une lumière. Dans une maison qui a l'air... Starfall là. Ce matin, là, l'électricité avait été coupée, mais Eddie avait mis plein de bougies. Non, sans blague, j'avais pas remarqué, tu crois? Quoi, merde.
Ok, mais alors promets-moi que tu vas avoir les 20 balles bientôt.
Ouf, je te le promets pas.
Oh putain.
Tu crois moi je peux te promettre quelque chose comme ça?
Mec.
Oui, je sais.
Je me retiens de jouer à mon jeu préféré. Mais je vais t'attendre quand même.
Encore, ouais.
Ouais, c'est... Alors, je vais commencer par quoi?
Sans blague.
Je pense que demain je commence par quelque chose.
J'en sais rien.
J'ai oublié faut qu'il faille.
Oh putain.
Bah dis.
Ils vont le faire envoyer une voiture pour la maison de retraite parce qu'à cause de ces histoires, ses enfants sont morts. À la grand-mère, Starfall là. pauvre grand-mère. Elle fait ouais, mes enfants sont morts à cause de tes histoires, j'en ai rien à faire, je vais prendre une voiture demain, j'appelle une voiture demain et tu vas à la maison de retraite.
Ah ouais.
C'est nul. Arrête. C'est la première fois que je voyais l'ancienne maison échouer. Oh, il y avait eu un tremblement de terre large. On avait dit que c'était la marée la plus basse depuis 1000 ans. L'odeur était abominable.
Surtout là, tu vas faire que ce jeu-là ou pas?
Pour l'instant, ouais. Je n'aurais jamais imaginé que quand le brouillard était tombé, j'ai perdu en chemin. Ah non, chez moi, je sais où aller de toute façon, alors. C'est tout droit. J'ai fait demi-tour. Non, je fais pas demi-tour. Mais j'ai pas envie de faire demi-tour. Mafia sauvage. Putain, et toi.
Attends, je reviens.
Starful. What the... Reviens. Mais reviens. Espèce de connard. Des choses dont j'avais oublié l'existence. Pourquoi? What? Mais que je les étais comme des vieux amis. Cette nuit-là, beaucoup de choses j'ai oublié encore. Des choses que je ne peux plus expliquer. What the... C'est à moi. C'est à moi, casse-toi. C'est à moi, j'ai rien à foutre. Ah, saloperie. Je n'ai plus jamais revu grand-mère depuis. Non, grand-mère. Elle s'en est venue chercher le lendemain matin. Elle était déjà partie. T'as plus de voiture. Aussi, nous en avons beaucoup. Qui ne connaît pas ça? On a fait beaucoup. On l'a fait de notre mieux. Quelques années ont passé. Alors, parce qu'il faut toujours savoir quoi faire. Hein. Ma mère n'aimait pas en parler. Et elle est tombée très malade. Ah, merde. La suite est arrivée assez vite. Oh non. Elle s'est remis un peu. Avant de retomber malade. Starful. Et je me suis retrouvé seul. Jusqu'à ce que je sache pour toi. Je ne sais toujours pas. Si on avait vécu éternellement, on aurait peut-être réussi à comprendre. Mais aujourd'hui, je crois que le mieux est... Essayons d'ouvrir les yeux. Grande conscience de l'étrange, de profiter de tout ça. Être pour toi. C'est quoi ce délire? Et maintenant, j'espère que tu ne le trouveras pas. What the fuck? Ça part dans un délire. Je voudrais juste te rencontrer. Wow. Ça part dans un délire là. Et j'imagine que tu le lis. C'est lié en ce moment. Et je te jure, what the fuck? Les choses pas dérouler. J'ai envie de niquer les yeux là. C'est ici que ton histoire commence. De ne pas être présente pour toi, c'est beaucoup demandé, mais j'espère aussi. Ne t'attriste pas. Ah mais c'était elle au début. Ah non, laisse tomber ce que j'ai dit.
What?
Attends, je comprends rien moi.
What? C'est passé quoi là? The fuck?
Si tu me dis que je suis déjà dans le générique, je te jure.
Et quoi?
Je sais pas si je suis déjà à la fin. Si j'ai déjà fini en fait. Non, sauvegarde encore.
Si c'est possible, si t'as déjà frappé le gars là. Possible.
Mais t'as vu la fin toi, donc tu sais.
Non, j'ai pas vu.
Bah va voir la fin, me dis rien.
Pourquoi tu veux que j'aille voir la fin?
Putain. Je sais pas, je crois que je suis vraiment à la fin.
Tu me crois si je te dis j'ai trouvé un space 12 en or par terre normal comme ça.
Hein. Pixel, t'es toujours sur le live? Merci Jonah. Jour. Trophée obtenu.
T'as fini le jeu?
Je sais pas. Ah si. L'option rejouer une histoire est maintenant disponible. Sélectionnez Edgy pour jouer dès le début.
Bah voilà.
Ouais, je crois que j'ai vraiment... Ah, et puis personne sur mon live, voilà. Putain, Starfall, là, je trouve le seum.
Bon bah, tu as fini, tu as trouvé comment?
Bah, pas mal. Il était sympa.
Ah oui, c'est un délire un peu.
C'est un délire, mais ça n'a rien à voir avec un jeu d'horreur.
Ouais, mais ça n'a rien à voir avec tous les autres jeux de base en fait.
Oui, c'est vrai. C'est vrai qu'il est un peu différent de ce que j'ai l'habitude de jouer, mais il est sympa. Il est sympa. Je te l'accorde. Ouais, la série, ouais, je crois que j'ai fait. Ouais, j'ai fini. Parce qu'on voit la bande dessinée Bataclan là. Avec la canne. La canne quoi.
C'était le seul moment où il y a eu un peu d'action.
Tu parles. Fais de la merde. Il y a pas d'action là-dedans.
Oui, non, mais c'est le seul truc où tu tapes quoi.
Ah, voilà les chouettes. Ah, la fille c'est une métamorphe. Putain. Je te promets, la meuf c'est une métamorphe. Elle est passée de chat à chouette à requin et à serpent. Attends, elle bouffait la meuf, elle avait trop faim. Hein. Et c'était une gamine. Sérieux.
Yes, bah...
Bon, c'est mon premier live depuis quelques temps, hein, donc ça fait un petit moment que j'ai pas fait de live. Peut-être flemme. Ouais, c'est le générique. J'ai fini le jeu.
Ah,
Mais je le pensais plus long que ça. Je suis un peu déçu. Mais c'est pas mal, c'est vrai que c'est sympa.
J'ai un gars qui a fait un let's play, il a fait 2 let's play.
Oh bah moi on en a, il fait c'est fini. Hein.
Mais là, je l'ai déjà quand même pas.
Mais j'ai pas encore fini. Ah. The End. Sans blague. This is the end. Voilà, on a toutes les options. Donc on a tout le monde. Donc Eddie, c'est le nouveau. C'est celui qui découvre l'histoire en fait. Et Lewis, c'est le mec à moitié psychopathe. Mais il y a un mec que je connais, que j'ai pas trouvé. Odin. Odin, c'est qui? Je l'ai raté? C'est possible que je le rate?
Alors là, mec, je sais pas du tout.
Odin, si on peut dire ça comme ça. J'ai pas sa gueule. J'ai la gueule de tout le monde à part de Odin. Bon, bah sur ce les gens, j'espère que la live vous aura plu. Un peu court, je crois. Mais bon. Je pense que prochainement on fera rejouer l'histoire pour voir si... Parce que Odin c'est bizarre, j'ai pas croisé de mec qui s'appelait Odin. Enfin bref, sur ce j'espère que ça vous a plu. Je vais refaire un live dans moins de 2 secondes. Hein, on va essayer... Mec, je vais essayer de faire un live sur Fortnite. Essayez. Parce que ça bug tout le temps. On va essayer de faire un live.
On aura tous les deux The Last of Us, tu vas faire un live, ça va être cool. Un live sur The Last of Us, mec.
Ah bah oui, je vais me lâcher. Sur ce les gens, j'espère que ça vous a plu. En fait, je vous ai repris... Ouais, je crois que j'avais débloqué 3 persos, je crois. Si vous voulez, je peux le refaire en entier au tout début. Et qu'en même temps, on ira voir qui c'est Odin, parce que je vois pas, je l'ai pas croisé. Bon, je vois pas du tout. Enfin, ouais, sur ce, j'espère que ça vous a plu. Partagez, likez, abonnez si vous voulez. Et voilà. À plus.